Hello, this is Toby, and let's get ready to meditate. Finding a comfortable space where you can sit with your back comfortable but straight, or you can be lying down on the floor on your back. And let's just start to bring a little attention and awareness to the breath. Nothing to do or control, nowhere to go. Just bringing a little awareness to the breath. You might notice the feeling of the air on your upper lip as you breathe in and out the nose. Just a natural, comfortable breath for you today. And gradually you might start to smooth out the breath. You can feel free to take a big inhale through the nose and sigh it out the mouth. And as your breath smooths out, you might start to bring a little attention to the body, a little relaxation to the forehead and the eyes and the jaw. Letting the shoulders be very relaxed and heavy, releasing the weight of the world from your shoulders today. Allowing your heart to soften, allowing the belly to soften. Relaxing all the way down your spine. Releasing any tension in the shoulders, arms, and hands. And then also release any tension from the hips, down the legs, to the feet, and all the way down to the toes. And then we're just going to relax the whole body. And then we'll just draw a little bit of awareness to what's going on in the mind today. We'll just start to picture the thoughts as clouds going through a clear blue sky. We don't need to do anything with them. We're just going to notice the thoughts come and go. The clouds come and go. And eventually we're going to watch the clouds get a little bit further away, a little bit more wispy. And they finally get a little bit tinier even, and a little more sparse. And eventually, they're so wispy and sparse that you can't even see them anymore. And in just a moment, we're going to start to use that power of the imagination, that great meditative power of the imagination. And we're going to envision going into an igloo. And not yet, but soon, we'll use the vision inside the igloo to look around. And you'll see some pictures or post-its or framed areas with colors that represent your positive feelings, the positive memories that you have, the feelings of support. And you'll also see an area of the pictures, post-it notes, or whatnot with the things that you maybe are upset by. Might just be general feelings of depression or specific memories, guilt, grudges, And this will just be represented by some other colors, color or colors. Maybe they're going to have textures. Sounds. So now let's go ahead and get in there. So we'll envision going into that igloo. So you enter that dome and you look about and you start to notice those pictures, those colors. Maybe they are, have sounds or textures or feelings associated with them. You can notice the positive ones, the ones you're grateful for. And we will also acknowledge those ones that we might not like that much. We might not enjoy that much. So we're going to acknowledge both. So you see those colors, those pictures. Let the pictures just fade into the color. And if you have a hard time visualizing, just imagine that you have a color or colors. You can just label them. And as we stand here acknowledging the colors, the feelings, you start to notice that behind you there has become a fire. Just notice the warmth behind you. And as you turn a little bit to face that fire, we acknowledge it. You're going to start to turn back to those colors that disturb you. And go ahead and go up to the wall and grab one of those pictures or post-its or papers. And we're just going to bring him to the fire. Bring it to the fire. So you can crumple it, you can tear it, you can just let it barely fall off your fingertips into the fire. You can smash it. And as you do, you see the fire consume it all the way. It turns into ash and then merely smoke. And it fades away. As it fades away, might give you a little sense of relief or whatever you feel. And you can turn around and keep going back to the wall as many times as you need to. Peeling those pictures, those colors off the wall. The negative ones. And just keep bringing them back to the fire. Maybe there's a small one you start with. Maybe it's a large one you start with. Might be a few. It might be many. Maybe it's just one. Maybe it's all of them. Keep peeling them off the walls and throwing them into the flames. The flames are large, so they can handle it. They can handle this transformation. So we'll take about 5 more breaths to rip everything you need to off that wall and throw it in the fire. And now we're going to turn towards the positive colors that are left. You can acknowledge these colors, and soon they start to fill up the entire inside of the igloo. They fill up the entire dome. They spread more and more, so much so concentrated that these colors start raining down on you. And it feels good. It feels healing. It feels maybe even joyful. So now let's take a few breaths to bask in these feelings of positivity. And let it fill up your body. And it fills you up so much that it starts to even leak out your pores. And then you are also shining into this dome. And then you're going to be able to share these positive feelings with other people. So let's take a few breaths with these feelings of positivity, of joy, of happiness, of contentment. And we're going to keep them in our heart center today. So as you bring your little bit of movement back, let's take a moment to thank yourself for coming to your meditation today, and I thank you for sharing your practice with me. The divine joy and light in me honors, reflects, and bows to the same divine joy and light that dwells in you. Namaste.